after the foot brawl, tonight's matchup should only be about school pride because neither squad have qualified for any type of postseason play. Each school has chosen new leaders, Jabari Brown for Pioneer, Craig Job at Huron. The Pioneers sit at 2-5 while the Rats are only 1-6. And although through normal attrition is somewhat to blame for these sad records, many players decided to transfer to other schools in the aftermath of last season's post-game melee. I'm Kevin Bryant, joined with Pete Poirier. Welcome to City 19 Sports broadcast of Huron versus Pioneer. Good evening, Pete.
Hey, Kevin, how you doing tonight?
I'm always pumped up when I get over here to Holloway Field and you got the Ted Heisel Bowl and these two teams matched up. I'm ready to go, man.
And we are underway. Huron received the kickoff and returned it to their own 32-yard line. They will set up 1st and 10 from there. Weatherspoon to take the snap. He drops back, and he looks like he's going to tuck it and run, juggle it for a moment, and he's going to be ran out of bounds right around the 35-yard line. Give him a gain of 3 on the play.
You know, Pete, I had an opportunity to check out Pie High earlier this year when they went against Saline. Very good as far as their offense is concerned. It's this side of the field where Coach Brown has really made the most changes. The defense is just giving up too many points, nearly 32 points a game.
Well, that could spell good things for the Huron offense, who had the ability shown earlier this year to hit the big play, but made early mistakes like that one there. An easy pitch and catch there should have been completed, and at least some positive yardage out of that, but it's for no gain, and we're at 3rd and 7 rather.
Well, you know, Weatherspoon is new to the quarterbacking positions. Again, through the attrition or through the transfer of one of the players, he's had to step in mid-season. And you saw right there, he didn't get a quite chance to actually turn and square up to the receiver. That's something you learn over playing that position over time.
That's 3rd and 8 from the 34-yard line. Huron set up in its, at least in the last 10 years, traditional spread offense, 5 wide receivers. And we have a whistle, looks like flag on the turf.
Looks like they're going to call an encroachment. Is that really?
That's correct. We'll help out the River Rat squad, give them 5 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 3.
No real trickeration for the Rats. They're just setting up in a spread offense, and they're going to just throw the ball all night long. No one in the backfield with the QB.
Oh, Weatherspoon scans the defense, gets the snap, drops back to pass, and it's complete. And out over the 45 and out to the 47-yard line. That'll be good for a Huron 1st down. Give them all the way to the 48.
Nice grab there on the crossing route by Boyd, leading receiver for the Rats. You know, one of the things with this no-huddle offense, Pete, is that you really don't do justice for the other side of the team, the defense.
And there's another quick pass out to the right that hits the turf before it can get to the receiver. Kind of a replay of 2nd down, the previous set of downs for Huron.
I guess those plays there earlier, trying to build up the quarterback's confidence, no real difficulty in those passes, but he's not really taking his time. He's rushing a lot out there, it seems to be. So calm down there, young man.
2nd and 10 Huron on their own 48-yard line. Full house T in the backfield. Hand it off right up the middle, and looks like that's going to be stuffed for a loss.
Real difficult to go anywhere if the line isn't going to do their job.
All the way back to the 43-yard line. Loss of 5 on the play. That'll set up 3rd and 15 for Huron.
You know, that play there, the read option, quarterback has to read the tight end or the defensive end, and at that time he just really handed the ball off. So you may want to hold on to the ball a little longer there, quarterback, to see what's going to develop.
Huron has to get all the way to the Pioneer 42-yard line. Weatherspoon under pressure, and he's going to be dropped for a big sack loss inside the 30-yard line. And it'll be 4th down, and Huron will have to punt the ball away.
You know, just take a look on the left side here. Jailhouse break actually right up the A gap. 32 comes, and then 24 finishes them off on the edge there.
Brad Koenig for Pioneer, as well as Larry Vitale. And the punt is away. It's a short punt, bounces at the 40. Still rolling, looks like it's going to be stopped at the 37-yard line of Pioneer. Well, Pioneer will have the ball. Good field position to start their first offensive set of the game.
One player to keep an eye on tonight, Pete, is a freshman for the Pioneers out of the backfield. Antoine Simmons really runs downhill hard when I saw him earlier this year. And that's going to be something that if he gets going, running for 182 yards last week, could spell trouble for the Rats.
During the game with Skyline, they played pretty decently on defense in the second half. It was the first half mistakes that gave Skyline a lot of short fields and allowed Skyline to run the score up. First play is a handoff going left, and it's strung out for about a 4-yard gain.
Junior Malik Fuller on the carry that time.
Gain of 4.
So same formation as the Huron came out with, Pioneer does, but as opposed to just tossing the ball, they start off with a run.
Receiver in motion, high snap, and whistles on the play. False start's going to be the call on Pioneer.
Penalty on Pioneer, 5-yard penalty. Illegal.
That'll back them up 5 yards.
You know, a lot of people think when you're in that shotgun formation, it's an easy snap and exchange from the center to the quarterback. When I saw that Saline game, there probably was 3 or 4 balls that sailed over Batoya's head and even the backup quarterback. Something to watch if you're on the Rat sidelines is those snaps being just aired a little bit.
Well, Bertoya in the shotgun. One running back to his left. He takes the snap, looks to throw the ball. Quick pass is caught. That's incomplete. Ball thrown out of bounds, so that'll be 3rd and 11 for Pioneer.
If you've seen the Pioneers play over the years, that wheel route out of the backfield is something they've made a living on. Pass just a little bit ahead of the running back that time. And again, no huddles by either team. All the plays coming in from signals from the sidelines, from those coaching staffs. There they go.
Well, 5 wide receivers set for Pioneer. 3rd and long. Bertoya gets the snap, looking to throw under some pressure, and he's going to go down on the sack.
Kevin Yang tackles Bertoya for a loss.
Kevin Yang on the sack for Huron.
It's going to be 4th down.
There's the initial pressure, then Yang coming around the outside, and Bertoya just
didn't have a chance on
ball,
that.
yeah.
It's probably a smart play for him not trying to force it and toss that ball up.
Well, both teams forced to punt on their first offensive set. And the kick is away for Pioneer. It's a low line driver. And it's going to go out of bounds right about the 40-yard line of Huron. So good field position once again for the River Rats.
You know, when teams have records like these two teams do, the playbook should be wide open when you're at the second to last game of the year. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some trickeration, some reverses, maybe some pass backs to the quarterback and him tossing it downfield.
The old transcontinental play.
There you go. Also getting some of the younger players some action that they may not have had earlier in the year.
Right. This is the second from last weekend in the football season. So this is about the time of year you would give those kids some experience for next year. Full house in the backfield again for Huron. Handoff over the right side. Good for a gain over the 45, over midfield. Dragging tacklers all the way down to the 46-yard line. Call it the 47 of Pioneer. Good gain on first down for Huron.
Leading rusher for the Rats, Javed Love on the carry. Looks like some of the Pioneer defenders overran the play there. You really didn't see where the ball was at.
One, as I saw in that game earlier with Skyline, Love had the ability to break the big plays, so Pioneer's got to be cognizant of that when he gets the ball. Another handoff up the middle.
Again, on that play, you could see where the quarterback, I'm not sure if it was a straight draw to the running back, but he had some room if he just keeps the ball and pulls it out from the belly of the running back and keep it on the outside. One man to beat, and he's in pay dirt.
Short gain on first down. Actually, that was a loss of 1 on the play. Weatherspoon's going to keep it. And he's going to get to the midfield line, and that's about as far as he's going to get. The loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 13.
Another indication of inexperience at quarterback. Didn't really give his receivers an opportunity to develop any routes or get any separation from the defense. And then when he ran, he really didn't have a running lane. Another 3rd and long here for the Rats.
Love will be in the backfield with Weatherspoon. Forward wide receiver split out, 2 and 2. Weatherspoon gets a snap, looks back to throw, throws it deep down the sideline, but it's going to be out of bounds.
Pass is incomplete.
And it'll be 4th down for the River Rats once again. Good thought there as player was breaking open down the sideline, just thrown a little too wide and could not come down with the catch inbounds.
Well, he really showed his arm on that toss that time, but again, got to step in too. With only 5:55 left in the clock in the first half, the Rats are in their second punt. Maybe a good opportunity to get a fake here, Pete?
Well, Huron will boot it away. Ball is caught at about the 26-yard line. And very little gain for the Pioneers. Maybe just a yard or 2 on the return. Good coverage by the River Rats.
Chris Damschroeder makes the tackle on the return for the River Rats. Pioneer will have the ball on their own 18-yard line. 1st and 10, 5:46 remaining, first quarter.
Pioneer gets set for its next offensive plays. There's the snap. Toya hands it off up the middle. And the running back caught in the backfield by the River Rat defense.
Rats brought a lot of pressure that time. At least 9 guys were within 5 yards of the offensive line of scrimmage.
There's a look at the replay and nowhere to run. Bertoy gets a snap once again. Another handoff up the middle. Ball was on the turf. Looks like Huron has recovered. And they have. Huron gets the first turnover of the game. Gives them great field position inside the Pioneer 30-yard line. They're going to take over at the Pioneer 17. There's a look at it on the replay. Looked like the exchanges were okay, but this looked like the running back didn't have it completely gathered in as he hit the line and lost it, and Huron came up with the ball. Huron back onto the field. Under center for the River Rats is David Wren. Like the bird, W-R-E-N. Wren under center. He gets a snap. Hands it off up the middle.
And the Rats really have to take advantage of this turnover here, Pete.
Love the ball carry down to about the 12, so give him a gain of 5 on the play.
This is the difficulty when you're in the spread offense all the time and always passing the ball. Once you get in the red zone, you don't really have the mentality or the playbook to just pound it in.
I formation for Huron this time. More of a traditional pro set here.
I like that.
There's the snap. Rendell handed off once again to Love up the middle.
And you know, if I'm Job on the sideline for the Rats, I'm saying let's do this 4 consecutive plays, because you know what? If we turn it over on downs, look where the Pioneers are at. They're starting with their backs up on the end zone, on their own goal line.
Oh, Huron, 3rd and 5. Oh, Rent gets the signal from the sideline. I formation once again for the River Rats. Rent gets a snap, and there's the handoff
there it
up
is.
to the fullback. Good handoff, and a touchdown, Huron. Kevon Smith gets the handoff as the upback takes it right up the gut and breaks into the end zone for Huron. And they get the touchdown and draw first blood here at Hallway Field.
Always nice when you're on the road, especially in a game like this, to get in the end zone first. I hope Smith goes over and thanks his guard and tackle on the left side of that line. They did an awesome job of creating a space for him to walk into the end zone.
There's the extra point. And it's blocked.
Kick is blocked. Brendan Vorobiev stops the extra point.
Vorobel, number 57.
Vorobiev, Brendan Vorobiev with the block for Pioneer, and that'll keep it here on 6 and Pioneer nothing. Here's a look at it on the replay.
And just right when I'm giving praise to those guys in the middle of the line, oops, a daisy, here comes somebody right through.
Brendan Vorobiev. Mr. and Mrs. Vorobiev, if I got that wrong, I apologize.
I'm sure that's not the first time. Good effort, though, by the Pioneers, never giving up. You never know when that point is going to come back and haunt the River Rats.
BSN Sports, Chess Masterworks.
So for a team that hasn't won since week 1, as well as not really getting on the scoreboard in a lot of games in the first half, that touchdown has to go a long way on the psyche and the confidence for the River Rats.
Got to make them feel good. Oh, Huron kicks it off.
Uh-oh, a little confusion.
Oh, miscommunication with the Pioneer receivers. It's taken back up the middle over the 40.
Bye, Fuller.
45, midfield. Looks like he's going to be gone. 30.
I don't know, Pete.
25,
Oh.
20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Pioneer. Malik Fuller on the kickoff return for touchdown. And lightning strikes, and Pioneer ties it at 6.
Well, I guess we know why he was fighting for that ball on that kickoff.
He says, don't worry, guys. I got this.
Yes, indeed.
Fuller just took it right up the middle and busted through the Huron line and took it to the house for 6.
Well, when both schools are giving up over 30 points a game, I was hoping we would have some scoreboard numbers, lights lighting up the scoreboard, and they're not leaving me to wait for anything right now. With only 3:21 on the clock, now Pioneer takes the lead.
Extra point is good. Oh, just like that. Pioneer takes the lead, 7-6. He's like, hey, that was my ball. He said, don't worry, I got this. Right up the middle.
Well, Tyson Montgomery, maybe the next time you can catch this one. Fuller, I got you, man.
Once he broke into the free at midfield, no one's going to catch him.
And he's smart. Look at him. He's taking the angle to the end zone. As a player that once got in the open field, Pete, I didn't do that in a Pioneer game, and was brought down from the back.
So you learned your lesson well.
And I'm sharing it with that young man, Fuller. Good job. He listened to his coaching staff. I was a little hard-headed.
You? Come on.
I know. Hard to believe. No, not really.
Mild-mannered Kevin Bryant. In reality, a beast.
I am eating Skittles.
A stubborn beast, if you will. So set up once again in the kickoff formation, this time Pioneer kicking off.
All of that good feeling. Man, I can just hear the air going out of the balloon down there on the sidelines for the Rats.
A low line drive kick taken by Huron. Still on his feet.
One cut.
Over the 20-yard line and taken down at the 22.
Santiago de la Cerda's Harlow's kickoff. Return by Jason Strange, tackled by Austin Beauchard.
Twofold for Pioneer after the big explosion play. They get good coverage on that kickoff. And now the Rats, in their spread offense, have to get something going. They really took advantage of that early turnover to get in the end zone. Now they're going to have to show some discipline in matriculating down the field the old school way.
Oh, set up in the offset handoff over the right side. Going to be a short game, if anything at all. Maybe a loss on the play.
Jesse Morris, the ball carrier.
I think that was Brad Coring on the tackle.
Call it a loss of 1 on the play, maybe 1.5.
David Love was the ball carrier.
Finally, a little huddle there for the Rats. Maybe the coaching staff would like to try to get some of this clock working in their favor as opposed to going foot on the gas pedal.
So handoff once again up the middle for Huron. Out to about the 25-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play.
Tackled by the right side of the Pioneer defensive line.
Third and 7 for the River Rats here.
Really haven't seen the quarterback for the River Rats roll out. He's been passing the ball out of the backfield. He looks like a running threat, a dual quarterback. It'd be nice to see him maybe get some distance between him and the offensive line or the defensive line.
There's the snap, run back to throw. He's got a man. He's going to be tackled short of the first down marker.
Pressure from the left side of the Pioneers defense caused that fast throw. Good pass, though, there.
Pass caught by Dwayne Boyd on the play.
Keening coming in from the outside with the hit on Weir, but unfortunately good defense, unfortunately for the Rats, good defense and tackling by the Pioneer defensive back there.
Well, Huron will kick it away.
Uh-oh.
Ball will be muffed at the 37-yard line. Looks like Pioneer got it back.
You could see that unfolding, Pete, that the receiver was trying to run before he caught the ball. That was a perfect time for him to utilize the old fair catch.
Well, 1st and 10 for the Pioneers at the 35-yard line.
And you can see him coming in close, yeah. And right there when you had Ombre Leggett right in front of him.
I think he was hearing a few footsteps there, Kevin.
Well, Fuller had just taken one to the house. He wants to get his hands on the ball again. Can't blame him.
$1:15 left to play here in the first.
It looks like both times when the Pioneers get to the line of scrimmage, they're doing a fake hard count to see what defense the Rats are in.
There's a snap, quick pass to the left flat, complete, and out over the 35.
And you see what Coach Brown for Pioneer has on his mind. Get the ball in a hot guy's hands. Oh, don't go to the sideline, Fuller. Come on, stay in.
So out to the 37, gain of 1 on the play. 2nd and 9.
Looks like downhill time.
As the pass is caught out over the 45, out to midfield into Huron territory, and finally brought down at the 48-yard line of Huron. Call it 47.
Good.
And that'll be a Pioneer first down.
Good effort there by Smith for the Rats coming in late trying to strip the ball. Game like this, turnover battle will usually win your team the game.
Well, Bertoya will get his team set once again. There's a handoff up the middle.
Oh, ball on the
That
turf.
ball is loose. And Pioneer has recovered it. A couple of scary plays there recently, Kevin, for the Pioneers, but Pioneer covering up those fumbles. They retain possession.
And it looks like that will be the final play of the quarter. And you see Simmons coming in, and just who I said last play, in on that strip, number 4, Smith for the Rats. Good effort there.
So that's going to do it for quarter number 1. After 1 quarter play, it's Pioneer 7 and Huron 6. We're going to take a quick break and come back with second half action here on City TV Sports.
Did you know most of your favorite City TV programs are available just a click away? Head to CTN's homepage and follow the video on demand link, and you can watch locally produced television that matters to you. Local news and information, election coverage, community events, and local sports. Check out Community Television Network's Video on Demand. CTN on your schedule.
Ward Talk. Ann Arbor City Council members, take your phone calls live. It's the third Wednesday of each month, only on Channel 19 City TV.
And we're back with second half action. Pioneer handing it off on second down. And Huron has that sniffed out, and Pioneer will be brought down for a loss.
Good play there by the entire left side of the Rats defense, and that's one thing that you can say. They're tackling pretty well for a 1-16, Pete.
Absolutely.
And just looking across the line and going through the rosters, Pioneer has some size on their offensive line, and it's a lack of size on the defensive line for the Rats. They're utilizing their speed.
Well, 3rd and 15 for the Pioneers. They have to get all the way down to the Huron 41-yard line.
Got to be difficult for the receiver on the far end to see what's going on when the coaches are calling the plays like that.
Oh, Bertoy gets a snap, looks to throw. Down the middle, dangerous pass. It's incomplete.
4th and 15.
And it'll bring up 4th down. Bertoy, as opposed to Weir for the Rats, has been a lot more composed as far as his throwing the ball, but he hasn't been able to find the connection downfield. You see him, it looks a little bit more comfortable in the pocket, but I don't know if that was a wounded duck or what, but that just didn't get there in a correct spiral type of action.
There's the punt by Pioneer down the right sideline.
The old rugby style kick, right?
A little bit. On the 28-yard line of Huron, where the River Rats will have it there. 1st and 10. 10:57.
1st and 10 for the Rats at their own 28-yard line.
And so I guess before the play begins, this is where you get all of your action if you're the Huron coaching staff and you're telling the keys for what you're going to do on this drive. And then it makes it a little bit more simple, I guess, with those hand signals.
Kevin, let me ask you a really important question. How do you feel about the flat color of the football helmets nowadays?
You know, I'm a traditionalist. I would love the fact that if you had a school color and stuck with it. It kind of looks nice, but I'm sorry. I'd rather just, instead of keeping up with the Joneses, keep up with tradition.
I'm thinking like you, Kevin. I like the old traditional kind of shiny, glossy look as opposed to the flat colors. That pass is complete by Huron.
You know,
out to the 35.
The biggest thing as far as helmet gear is concerned is not allowing them to get a concussion. So I know that when I played there, they had different sets of helmets for people that might have, somebody coming at towards the head. I'm not sure if that is the case, but if it's just for looks, Pete, I'm not with it.
Not my thing either. I'm even more old school than you are.
Not much.
Second and 3 for the River Rats. Wren gets the snap, hands it off. Ball is carried out to the 40, over the 40, and out to the 43. Ref's going to mark him down to the 42, but that's still good for another Huron first down.
That Stilmick for the Pioneers hanging on for dear life, and he really saved 6 points there from the Rats because it looks like Love was about to get his extra win.
Don't be surprised at all if you see him break one for the distance. He's got that kind of action. Here's a look at it on the replay.
And after that first contact, he really runs hard. Holding on that ball high and tight, too.
High snap, handoff once again up the middle. And to the line of scrimmage and not much further for Huron.
Looks like the strongest side of the line so far for the Rats has been to the right side. I'm not sure if they've really gotten anything positive when they've tried to go over the middle or to the left side. Look for them to come back on the short side of the field here maybe.
Give them a game of 1 on the play, 2nd and 9. Wren looks over the defense, looks at the sideline for the signal.
And then as you see that, you're not seeing it here, but the Pioneer defenders are looking over the sideline as well. I wonder if there's any gamesmanship going on.
There's a pass caught at the 50-yard line and taken down to the Pioneer 45. Another first down for Huron, and they're moving the ball quite well on this offensive set.
Well, it's balancing out what they were doing on the defensive side as far as playing solid football. No really big plays, explosion plays, but just, like I said, taking your time and doing the right things. Block, pass, tackle. It's not a tricky game if you can do that.
Well, they're getting good gains on the running game early in the offensive set, a 1st and 2nd down, and it's setting up a little bit of balance issues for Pioneer knowing what's coming next and getting an open pass play. So offense is working well. This is a deep pass down the sideline, and it's incomplete, out of bounds.
2nd and 10.
And you saw King get behind a defender there, a better pass with a little bit more loft on it, and he allow your receiver to run up under that ball, and they may have gotten in the end zone on that play.
What you're seeing is the ability of the Huron offense to be able to break big plays if they can connect. It's there for them. They just have to get everybody on the same page.
They look a lot more disciplined than in years past under the leadership of Job and this coaching staff.
I would totally agree with you, Kevin. Well, 2nd down for the Rats at the Pioneer 45-yard line. Wren gets the snap, hands it off. Up the middle once again. Look, they get about 2 yards on the play.
Smith, the ball carrier.
It'll be 3rd and long.
And there you can see the Pioneers. They're looking right at the sideline of the Rats to see what the plays being called by the offensive coordinator for Huron. Here comes pressure.
Oh, quick pass for Huron. It's caught out to down to the 45 and down around the 35-yard line. That's going to be very close to a first down. And they're calling it a first down for Huron. That'll move the chains once again. And the Rats are in business at the Pioneer 35-yard line.
Nice quick pass there by Weir out of the backfield. He saw the pressure coming in, and a lot of people say when you're seeing a blitz come in your face, best possible place to throw that football is in the teeth of that blitz. Best drive so far of the night for the Rats here.
Well, another handoff, this time to Smith.
Smith, the ball carrier.
He's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play.
Smith
2nd and 6.
Smith is one more of the faster running backs in the backfield there. You can see he's kind of got those quick feet.
Ball on the Pioneer 31-yard line. 6:40, clock running, second quarter.
A time-consuming drive here for Huron. Once again, dropping back for the quick pass. It's caught down around the 30-yard line, out of bounds.
A lot of bubble passes, bubble screen passes being thrown right now, and they're easy passes for the quarterback as well as the receiver, because it's almost like an extended running play because he's leading them into the line of scrimmage with those tosses.
That's Dwayne Boyd on the reception for Huron. Gain of 5 on the play, 3rd and 5.
Now it looks like the Rats are kind of taking the foot off the gas pedal a little bit, slowing down a little bit, not so much of a hurry up as more of just a loose huddle.
Well, and taking their time, using clock. You know, the best way for Pioneer not to score is to keep their offense on the sideline.
And there you go.
So Wren
Get
drops
outside.
back. He's going to keep it, and he's going to come up real close to the first down marker, right around the 25-yard line.
Makes a sprint around head, and Brad Koenig trips him up.
Again, for the defense of the Pioneers, Koenig on the tackle.
Short of the first down.
I like to see Ware on the outside, though. He looks like he has some scatability about him.
Well, going to make it 4th down, and less than a yard to go. Huron's going to go for it.
This is where I would love to just rush up to the line of scrimmage, Pete, and give him a quick hard count. See if you can get the defense to jump off sides first.
Either that or snap it quickly. Hopefully they'll see if they're not set.
There you
get
go.
The first down that way. And there's the keeper. And Wren's going to get the first down over the 25-yard line. So first down for Huron. And they keep possession and keep that clock moving.
That was more of a rugby scrum. You could see even the running backs coming in behind the quarterback, and it was a sledge type of push. We're going to get this first down. And here you go. You watch the running back come in from the back. Yep. They get this first down. Nice. That's team effort right there.
It looked like Kavon Smith's been to some Lamaze classes. He certainly looked like he knew how to push.
And we get our first timeout.
4:25 to play in the half. Pioneer leading Huron 7-6. Hope you're enjoying all the action here on City TV Sports. Pete Poyer and Kevin Bryant with me, giving you all the play-by-play action. It's been a good up-and-down game, if not high scoring. It's been interesting to watch the development of both these teams, which are struggling this year.
Well, they're both in a rebuilding process, and on the off the field for their reputation, on the field they're trying to rebuild their respect. This is the first year in a long time that Pioneers are going to have any postseason action. The Rats, they've had some transition going on, and now, speaking with you, Pete, it sounds like they are really trying to build something for the future. A drive like this can go a long way in helping the psyche of not only the team, but the younger players that are in the stands that are going to be playing for the Rats down the road.
Well, you know what, Kevin, and what I've noticed this year out of the Huron football team is that the coaching staff seems to have a plan, an idea to have this, at least the offense, to have an identity. And I know that's kind of a cliche, but it seems more organized on the sideline for Huron than it has been in the past. And it seems like it's showing on the field. The kids seem not to be so confused as much. They're still making young players mistakes like fumbles and whatnot, but it seems like they seem to know what they're doing coming from the sideline, what to do on the field.
Well, we're not seeing a lot of tissue from the Whitecaps on the field because the players are disciplined, Pete, and I like to see that.
There's the snap and the handoff to Smith over the left side. Give me a short gain on the play.
And again, this is what I was talking about when I said, I'm not really a big fan of these spread offenses. Huron's really doing a good job as far as not just working the clock, not just getting a drive, but they're resting their defense.
No gain on the play. Maybe 2nd and 10. But, as you said, Kevin, it looks like Huron's having a hard time running the ball over the left side. But it hasn't stopped them from doing it, trying to keep Pioneer off balance. If they kept running it to the right side,
right,
Pioneer's defense wouldn't be as off balance as they are.
Good call.
And Wren with the deep pass. It's Caught by Huron.
No, I think he might have dropped it, but you see some tissue there on the field there because it looks like the Fuller for the Pioneers got a hand in there a little bit early. There's a little tossing going on between the receiver and the defensive back. Either way, just what you were just talking about, Pete, all of those runs to the left really put the defense on the right side. A little bit of sleep. Bring your quarterback into the easier side for him to roll out on, and you saw he throws a nice ball.
Maybe should have delivered it a little bit more quickly, but again, the idea is right.
And like you're saying, the philosophy from the coaching staff, it's going right down to the field.
3:42 left to play.
And this whole quarter has been all about this drive, it seems like.
1st and 10 from the 12 for Huron. And we have another pre-snap whistle.
Offsides offense. That's a new one on me because usually you line up and the official tells you, the linesman tells you if you need to back up a step or two.
Right.
Offsides is usually called on the defense. I don't know.
It's very possible he's told the wide receiver several times to back up and he hasn't listened and finally had to call the penalty on him.
Could be.
Well, it'll back him up 5. There's the handoff, caught in the backfield. Nearly escaped, but the Pioneer defense swarmed to the ball carrier.
Well,
and
still,
he was tackled for a loss.
Oh, the defensive line. He didn't get the play, but he made the play. Stillmick for the Pioneers' left side, left defensive end. You can see him come here. He's fighting off a block, and he still gets in on the attack to really redirect the runner. And I'm not sure. Was that a face mask?
Sure looked like it to me.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a face mask or he grabbed right up under the shoulder pads. Either way, his neck really kind of jerked around there.
Yeah, usually when you're looking through your ear hole, it's kind of.
See, I don't know. Right
mask.
there, it kind of looked like it looked like the defender's hand was not on the face mask. Maybe he started there, but then he released.
Drop back to pass, and receiver was open for a moment, but overthrown and incomplete.
A jet there on the defense for the Pioneers. Good play, but that's why you play defense, son. Sometimes your hands aren't sticky.
3rd and 18 for the River Rats.
I wonder why that is. You see defensive guys, and they're usually the most athletic guys, but then when that ball's coming to them, they
Hot
just go.
potato.
Yeah, I mean they just cannot haul it in.
2 minutes to get there.
And as they say, Kevin, that's why they're playing defense.
That's why you're on that side of the ball. So 3rd and long here.
There's the snap. Ren back to pass once again. And this is telegraphed and intercepted by Pioneer out to the 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, still carrying a would-be tackler inside the 40-yard line and down at the 39.
Well, after all of that, after driving and possessing the ball the entire half, sadly for the Rats, a mistake by the QB. He should have really eaten the ball there and not thrown that ball up for grabs. We saw that play early in the first half on the other side of the ball when the Pioneer quarterback decided to just take a sack. That cost his team points.
Looks like he was just trying to throw it harder than he's able to. And do you know who that is? That's Malik Fuller on the interception.
Fuller's been everywhere for the Pioneers tonight. And you saw how far that pass was, Pete. That was a long throw there, throwing to the opposite sideline for the QB. Way too much air, and the receiver really wasn't open either.
Yeah, correct. Well, 2 minutes, 35 seconds left for the Pioneers to put another score on the board on the Huron side of the field after that interception.
Look for Batoye to see something over the middle. That's where I really saw him have his best passes on seam routes.
Oh, Batoye gets the snap. He'll swing it wide to the right. It's a flea flicker down, and the defender falls down, and the receiver can't bring it in. Wide open on the play. Could not bring in the pass. That was an easy 6 for the Pioneers.
Well, the best name for a receiver, Jet Jones. Unfortunately, Jet, you got to bring your hands to the game, son. And this is what we were talking about earlier, Pete. Some flea flickers, some type of trickeration, and the ball is right on the money. That's got to hurt.
There's a handoff over the left side for Pioneer.
Antoine Simmons, the
Ball carrier will be tackled at the 36.
Gets about 2 yards. Going to be 3rd and 8.
Got a couple of yards on the play. 3rd and 8 for Pioneer.
Emery Babbitt makes the stop for Huron on that run.
Two minutes left in the half. Bertoya gets the snap, quick throw, and it's caught.
Fumble.
And ball's on the ground, picked up by Huron, going the other way over midfield and brought down around the 47-yard line. Did we just use the words hot potato recently, Kevin? Because that's what it seems like right now for both teams.
Unfortunately for the Pioneers, Jet Jones again didn't hold on to the ball. Good play there by the Rats, but and I'm telling you, Pete, this strip right here, that's taught. Good catch off of the tip, but look who's coming in. Boyd comes in with the strip. He saw that his teammate already was bringing the ball carrier down. Good play there. And
Jet
Damn
Jones,
Schroeder picks up the
by
ball and
Butterfinger.
runs.
Jet Jones says, nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger. Or football, for that matter.
And there you go, C63 there. He's a lineman, folks, so that's got to really make him and his whole family feel good. He got an opportunity to show his skills, man.
He is going to get an extra topping on his pizza tonight.
I like that. Turnovers. That's been the case so far for the Pioneers. You got to hold on the ball, guys.
So another chance for the River Rats. That pass is caught over midfield inside the 45, down to the 41, and timeout is called.
Looks
like just 1:37 to play.
Looks like there was another flag on the penalty. I'm not sure if that was there's a hold.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Yeah. And another just easy flare pass out of Ware to get his athletic guys the ball with some space, see if they can make somebody miss. I like the thought process of the Huron coaching staff with those kind of calls.
Well, and it's worked, and they keep going to it, and I'm sure they'll keep calling it until Pioneer finds a way to stop it.
Well, that, and then you're going to see the old pump and go. You're going to get the defensive backs trying to edge up just a little bit.
1st and 24 for the River Rats.
There's a snap. Pass looked backwards, but it's caught and advanced out to midfield.
Boyd on the catch there, and a good block out there on the outside.
A nice gain on the play by Dwayne Boyd out to midfield.
He doesn't go that far without the block from Edmondson. Way to give yourself up for your teammate in the final minute of the first half.
Well, 2nd and about 5 on the play.
Rats still have a couple timeouts. Can't take them into the halftime, Coach.
And there's a little pitch to Boyd once again. Still on his feet inside the 45 and down to the 40. Timeout is called with 31.9 to play in the half. And timeout is called by Huron.
So what would you call that play there, Pete? I've never really seen any kind of that wasn't not a shovel pass. That was a shove pass?
A little shove pass to, well, you know what? They're trying to get people the ball while they're running full speed.
In motion, yeah.
You know, if they can get them while they're at full speed, even if it's laterally, what they're thinking is they have the better speed on that side of the ball. They can outrun would-be tacklers.
And that play there, again, maybe it is a shovel pass because if it hits the dirt, it's an incomplete pass as opposed to a fumble. So it kind of it takes the pressure off of the running back or the receiver when he's catching the ball in motion.
And as we saw in the replay, nice job breaking tackles by Boyd as well.
You've been pointing that out.
Well, it'll be 3rd and 4 for Huron at the Pioneer 40-yard line. 31.9 seconds to play.
State Street title and Tim Waterman.
Good play here, or good possession, or time on the clock and field possession to take a couple shots in the end zone.
This one timeout left for Huron. We're going to have to get a sizable play here in the next couple of plays, and if they want to score before the end of the half. And Wren is going to be tackled.
Darius Scott really blew through the offensive line there and chased, and you don't see too many defensive linemen hawk down a quarterback with the speed of Ware, but that time good play from the defense. And maybe the Rats might just call it quits.
Yeah, under 10 seconds to play, and they're not coming to the line of scrimmage. Huron's going to call timeout with just 5.5 seconds left.
Well, you know where this is going to be, right?
Hail Mary.
Hail Mary time. Also, you know that a hook and ladder is always a good call in this play, because you've been already talking about the fact, Pete, get the ball to the guys with them in motion, and the way that the Pioneers swarm to the receivers of the Rats, good chance for them to, again, do some type of trickeration.
They just have to be careful on a play like that. They don't fumble the ball. Pioneer picks it up, runs it back with no time left.
Especially if Fuller's around. Keep your eye out for number 3 for the Pie Hyatt. That guy's had a good first half.
Well, both teams getting instructions on the sidelines.
Remember, if you're a Pioneer defender, no penalties, guys. The half will not end if you're interfering or grabbing anybody. Throw the ball down to the turf if you don't have a clear pick six. Well, with the ball on the left hash, I would love to see the quarterback roll over towards his own sideline.
Okay, dropping straight back to pass. Down the field, it's caught and taken down right there, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. As we head to halftime, the score, Pioneer 7 and Huron 6, and we'll be back with second half action right here on City TV Sports.
Frozen yellow iguanas, fine Yugoslavian adventures, feathered yak island? If you live in Ann Arbor, those FYI shows might not interest you. What you need is For Your Information, Channel 19's award-winning news and information magazine show about everything Ann Arbor. And FYI's on at 10, 6, and 10, so you'll have plenty of chances to watch.
FYI.
FYI, an insider's look at the people and events that make our city special.
Reflecting a unique TV experience, Community Television Network is teaming up with Miro Community, allowing you to submit videos, comment, and rank content according to the viewing audience.
Have a video you want to share over the World Wide Web but still keep it local? Now you can. CTN is consolidating your favorite public programs and making them more accessible online with Miro Community.
Visit ctnannarbor.mirocommunity.org to contribute to the conversation online.
In residential areas surrounding the University of Michigan, it's commonplace to see upholstered furniture on porches. So I'd like to talk to you about the dangers of combustibles on porches. To sustain a fire, you need 3 things: fuel, anything combustible or flammable; heat, an ignition source; and oxygen. For a fire to ignite and continue to burn, all 3 elements must be present. Porches do not have early warning devices like smoke detectors. And with a fuel source like old sofas, chairs, and trash storage, this is a recipe for danger. Heat will radiate to the upholstered furniture, causing a rapid buildup of heat and gases. Fire needs oxygen to burn, and it will travel toward the nearest oxygen source. Fire can spread quickly, blowing out windows and spreading into a house. With a ready supply of oxygen, fire is allowed to burn freely. As long as a free-burning fire has fuel, it will double in size every 45 seconds. This fire burned rapidly, but upholstered furniture outdoors is even more susceptible to fire due to weathering, giving it the potential to spread at an alarming rate. Heat and smoke will rise to the highest point and then begin to spread outward to the ceiling of a room or up the stairs to the 2nd floor, causing a chimney effect. At ceiling level, temperatures in a fire can reach up to 1400 degrees Fahrenheit. At this level, temperatures are around 800 degrees. That's why it's important to stay low. The first priority of the Ann Arbor Fire Department is the safety of all its citizens. So don't keep anything on the porch that can give a fire the fuel it needs to grow.
Battalion 2 to dispatch. Fire's under control. Everyone's out safe.
And welcome back to City TV Sports presentation of Huron Pioneer football. I'm Pete Poirier along with Kevin Bryant, and the kickoff has happened. Pioneer received it and brought it back to their own 46-yard line, where they'll be 1st and 10 to open the 3rd quarter.
And just a quick recap of that first half. Pioneer really never got anything going on this side of the ball. They spent the entire 2nd quarter on the defense, really only getting 1 possession after a turnover from Fuller taking it back, and then it was just 3 and out. So the second half for Jabari Brown's squad has to be focused more on controlling the ball and moving the chains, getting first down after first down, and resting your defense.
Well, and Pioneer's only score came on the kickoff return. So on offense, they have not produced anything.
Very offensive. Yeah.
Nice one.
Tried.
Oh,
good block.
Pioneer. And he'd be caught in the backfield. And a flag is thrown on the play as well.
Wonder what that penalty was for. Unless it's a face mask. Was it unsportsmanlike?
I think it's going to be a dead ball foul. Yes, it is. It's going to be on Huron.
Excessive celebration. We might have to, I don't know if.
It's going to be a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down for Pioneer.
Well, you see Batoya here, good block there by Simmons, and then he gets corralled here. No real hits to the head. There you go, right there.
Late hit.
There you go, right there.
Yeah, quarterback already on the turf, and no reason for that.
Now, it looks like Boyd came in a little late. Not a real vicious hit, but nevertheless, if your quarterback's on the ground, you can't go after him like that.
Well, apparently not an automatic first down. That just brought it back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 for Pioneer.
Post play foul, probably.
I thought there was still an automatic first down, but perhaps not. There's a around the end, over midfield and down to the 45-yard line. That's going to be good for a first down for Pioneer.
Troy Rohde. Man, Abernacher kind of hit. Clears out all your sinuses. Yes, indeed.
Oh, yeah. Even up here in the booth.
And stopped the first down, too. Put his head on the right side. Good tackle.
It'll be third down and about 3 yards. It was run out of bounds at the 45.
Just get the ball to Simmons.
There's a handoff up the middle. Down to about the 41. That's going to be enough for a first down for Pioneer.
Thank you for listening to me, Coach Brown. Simmons needs to have the ball more, and he's going to get you yards. The guy is just like the River Rats runner as far as taking up the first hit and then making more yards. He's a big kid. And only a freshman, Pete. Little confusion right now.
And that spells good news for the Pioneers in the future.
Oh, yeah, and like we're saying, these guys are in a rebuilding mode, both squads.
Oh, Bertoya back to pass, unloads it down the sideline.
Oh, I like that play there. Good catch there by number 13, and that's Brown on the catch, but even a better play from the quarterback. Bertoya really directed his receiver to get open. You can see him here as he's rolling out. He sees, yeah, get out of the way. There you go. And drops it in there for a nice gain.
Run around the end down to the 26-yard line. That's going to be good for another Pioneer first down. And now they're marching the ball down the field.
Well, yeah, they're coming out with some good energy after the halftime pep talk from Coach Brown. And, yes, they are getting getting the best drive of the night for the Pioneers.
Well, Bertoya in the pistol. He gets the snap. He's going to roll out to the right, looking downfield. He's got somebody, and it's caught.
Good break on the ball there. Strange, Jason Strange on the play there to break up the pass. And again, you're seeing Bertoya rolling out to his right. Easier for a right-handed quarterback, Pete. And good play there. Actually, I'm not sure if Strange got a hand on the ball, but at least he got in the way of the view of the receiver.
There's a handoff around the end. And this one's strung out by the Huron defense and short gain on the play.
Didn't look like either Huron defender could get a straight shot on Fuller as he was coming down the line of scrimmage, but they just strung him out, and they used the 12th defender on the field, the sideline.
Third and 10.
Well, no gain on the play. 3rd and 10 for Pioneer.
This should be 2-down territory, 4-down territory, I mean, Pete. A little bit too close to punt, even if you don't get it here on this play.
Well, the quick pass, it's caught for Pioneer. Down around the 10-yard line.
Did the ball come loose? You don't see any blue bags on the field, but
Trey Allen makes the stop for the River Rats.
we might have to get some replay going on right here in high school football, because you got to see if a knee is on the ground first, and he's fighting for extra yards. That ball is actually out.
Yeah, it's out.
That ball, fortunate play there for the Pioneers.
What, that the referee's blind?
He is old.
Antoine Simmons, the ball carrier.
Yeah, on the sideline down there. That's Dr. John Simpkins. He's 77 years young as of last Tuesday.
Yeah, that ball is totally a fumble. Fortunate for the Pioneers, because they do have the best drive of the game going so far, and that would have killed all kinds of momentum.
Well, maybe in the future, Kevin, they'll come up to the booth here, and we'll make the decision on the replay.
Hey, I like that. City TV sports guys. Good camera work also.
There's the snap. Bertoya back to pass.
He
He's
has some
rolling
room.
out to the right, looking for someone downfield, and he looks like he's just going to get rid of it.
Smart play there
And
by
play
a
for
senior
another down.
quarterback, yeah. As opposed to forcing it in. You haven't been on this in the red zone in a long time, really all night long on the offensive side, and you don't want to spoil it. Remember what the Rats did in the first half when they had the ball in the Pioneers' territory. Unfortunate that they couldn't get the ball in the end zone because of the quarterback's decisions.
It'll be third down for the Pioneers. Bertoya overlooking the defense.
I think he's going to look
Gets
over.
the snap, drops
right
back
up
to
the center.
pass under pressure. Now he's going to roll out and throw it.
Is that good?
This is complete.
And
Touchdown.
It's caught.
Is he in the end zone? He's on the far side from us.
Riley Fournette, the
It looks like they're marking him just short, but it looked like he was almost in the end zone when he caught it. You want to know if the ball is over the goal line. Now you can tell from that angle. We're right down the line. Good camera shot, guys, that we can tell that he wasn't in.
even closer. Fourth down.
Oh, now you just gonna
Fourth
get a
and goal from the 1. Pioneer
Simmons.
will go for it. There's the handoff up the middle, stacked up in the middle of the line. No signal from the referees.
That was
And
fourth
he
down.
stopped short of the goal line.
That's a fourth down stop.
And Huron comes up with the fourth down stop, keeps Pioneer out of the end zone, and keeps them from extending their lead from 7 to 6. Big play for the River Rats on defense. Now for the Huron offense, they're inside their own 1 yard line. They're going to have to do something to get out of the shadow of their own goalposts.
Well, they've been giving you those quick hitters, those quick tosses out to the outside. I'm not sure if I'd really have the confidence in doing that play right now. I would suspect the first couple downs are really just going to be to get some yards away from that goal line, maybe some plunges up the middle or running to the left side. But hey, the ball bounced for the Rats earlier and they didn't get possession. They stepped up, licked their wounds, and said, hey, we're not going to allow this one to come back and get us. And nice stop there from the inside of the defensive line there for the stop on fourth down.
Well, the River Rat offense back out on the field.
Not a lot to cheer for over there, guys.
Looks like they're all huddled together for warmth as it's low 50s right now on a crisp October night here in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
We finally have the fall. It's been an odd kind of season. So for the first time, you got a couple guys in the backfield, and there you go. Just a plunge. Did he get out? I'm not sure. That might be a safety. Let's see where they're going to mark his forward progress.
The referees are marking him outside of the goal line,
That's a very generous spot there.
at the 1/3 foot line.
Well, when you're not getting a good push from the inner portion of your line, and you can see Pioneer really got into the backfield there. And did the ball get out of the end zone, Pete?
Hard
Maybe.
to see from our angle. There's a blocker in the
Maybe.
way. He looks like he's over the goal line.
But you see the far official. He's coming in the end zone when he comes into play.
Looks like Dr. Simpkins with the mark on that one.
Well, Sonny,
And
I
that
thought
ball
I
is
saw it, and
mere-
he got out.
An inch or two from the goal line. Actually lost yardage on that play. There's another. And that's going to be
Gotta
a
hold on
safety
to that ball.
tackled in the end zone.
Safety. Pioneer tackle.
2 points for the Pioneers.
Really a slow developing play for the Rats, and it just disaster.
To Pioneer.
But that's what we're talking about. When these teams nowadays, they get in this spread offense, they don't have the attitude to line up and just give you one tough yard.
I think, Kevin, you should go down there and show them how it's done.
Old school style. Give me a leather helmet, somebody.
Kevin's ready to play.
And don't paint it matted either, you know. Well, right up the center. And guess who? Guess who?
Oh, the
Keening on the play, and he's been coming in from the outside all night, untouched, really.
Well, the ball carrier got the ball, and a third of a second later, he was being tackled.
Well, I don't think they're really accustomed to running downhill. You can see how hesitant they are in once they're coming towards the line of scrimmage. That's something that's over a period of time. You coach, and if you're not accustomed to it, you're not going to do it when you need to do it.
So Huron will have the free kick to Pioneer from the 20-yard line. And then we'll see if they elect to kick it off or punt it. They usually punt it.
Now, unlike a traditional kickoff, this isn't a free ball, right?
Right.
That's so. Even if it's a touchdown
he can't
field,
kick it
just
10
be down.
yards and then recover it. He has to kick it away. Think of it more like a punt than a kickoff, even though they could kick it off if they wanted to.
Oh, good bounce.
The ball is picked up at the 20-yard line, over the 25, 30, 35, still on his feet to the 40, 45, and ran out of bounds at the 48-yard line. And Pioneer will take over from its own 48.
Trey Rory again on the stop, and he's been laying some leather on the Pioneers when he gets an opportunity.
Sure you want to go back out there?
I'm getting ready. It's second half time. Put me in, coach.
I do believe that is the time when they call for the orange sherbet.
Orange sherbet. Don't give me any orange sherbet. You won't be able to stop me. We're close to Washtenaw Dairy, too.
That's right. Just down the street. Tell them to stay open. Kevin's on his way. Have a big old bucket available. There's the handoff. Fuller gets it on the end around. And he's going to be stopped for a short gain of maybe a yard or two on the play.
You know, for a moment there, Pete, it looked like he was going to pull the ball down and toss that ball for a pass.
Well, honestly, Kevin, I think that they've run that play a few times, and I'm not sure if Huron sees that. They think Fuller's going to get it every time. So, like you said, Kevin, it might have been better if he'd have kept it on the fake and then thrown the pass.
And then run.
There's a pass by Bertoya, juggled and dropped at the Huron 45-yard line. So that'll set up third and long for the Pioneers.
Larry Vitale on the attempted receiver on that play. All the points from the Pioneers really have been off of Huron mistakes, the missed tackles on the kickoff, and then giving that possession.
So Bertoya on the pass, it's caught at the 45, down to the 40, and inside the 40 to the 38. Brought down there, and that'll be good for a Pioneer first down.
Total different team coming out of the halftime for the Pioneers. They have a lot of strength going on, and they feel like the momentum. It's truly on their sideline.
Oh, first and 10 for the Pioneers. Bertoya in the shotgun, gets the snap. There's a handoff up the middle.
Nice counter there by Simmons.
A short gain on the play, only to the 38. Give him the 37.
Here comes pressure.
Well, Bertoya gets a snap. He's rolling out right, looking downfield, and he finds a receiver. And it's down to the 25-yard line. And another first down for the Pioneers.
Keenan came out of nowhere to break open because it looked like all of the receivers for Pioneer were covered. Good patience there by the QB, Bertoya, finding his man.
.547 to play here in the third quarter. Pioneer with a 9-6 lead. There's a handoff over the right side for Pioneer. And the ball carrier will get down to around the 20-yard line.
the best plays are on first down. The best plays on first down have been running plays for the Pioneers, giving them easy second and third down opportunities.
Gain of 5 on the play, 2nd and 5. Bertoya gets the snap. He loses it. He has to fall on it. Unfortunate for the Pioneers. Loss on the play of about 7. Loss of 7 on that play.
We talked earlier about the bad snap exchange coming, and that time there was a good snap. It looked like Bertoya took his eye off the ball when it came into him. He was already moving.
I'll make it 3rd and 13 for the Pioneers.
Empty backfield here, so Bertoya has been most comfortable rolling towards the Pioneer sideline to his right.
There's a high snap once again, and Bertoya goes down for another loss.
Guys are going the wrong way.
I think when they get on the sideline, there'll be a little center quarterback snapping practice back there.
Well, you know, before the play, Bertoya says something to the line of scrimmage, and maybe the center there took it as he needed to get the snap up a little bit more. But in a position like that or in a play like that, the quarterback has to be at the exact same position depth-wise from the center, or you're going to have missed or not consistent snaps.
4th and a mile, and Pioneer's going to punt it away. And they've got the kick away down the field. And this is going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
Wow, the Pioneers really squandered that opportunity with 2 bad plays after getting a first down. Well, on the first down, they get 5 yards out of Simmons going right up the middle, and then 2 bad center quarterback exchanges led to that punt.
Had a good drive going after that free kick on the safety, but Pioneer comes away empty, and Huron will get the ball 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And finally, Coach Jobe gets opportunity to send his Rats offense on the field, and hopefully they can give his team, his defensive squad, some rest. They've been on the field the entire second half. We finally can hear some type of excitement coming from the Pioneer sideline after the early score as well as the safety. And maybe they can turn this into another defensive stop. Yeah, they're not just sitting down now, Pete.
Wren makes the call. He gets the snap. There's the handoff.
Not sure if that song really fits. Living on a Prayer. As far as the momentum for your squad, Pete, what do you think?
Well, maybe it's more like the song that you know, you just play what you know.
I'll go with that, but it's not firing me up is what I'm saying. So 2nd and long here coming up for the Rats. That first down really didn't go anywhere.
There's a snap.
He has room.
Around the end, over the 30-yard line, and out of bounds. Looks like out of bounds right at the 34. River Rats will get a first down on the play.
Mercer on a good block on the edge there. That's when you know you're going to get some yards, when your receivers are willing to give up themselves and block downfield. Looks like the Pioneers are calling a timeout here to try to settle this defense. They don't want the Rats to start feeling comfortable. They came into the second half, the Pioneers did. They had all the momentum going. And now with a couple first downs, the Rats can quiet that crowd and get momentum swayed back to their sideline.
And want to recognize the Pioneer Football Booster Club 2013 sponsors. They include Adrenaline Fundraising, Anderson Paint, Anderson PPO Surf Shop, Arbor Beverage, Bank of Ann Arbor, New Tractor Barbecue and Brewery, Bob Cutler, Brewster Financial, Plus Orthodontics, BSM Sports, Chess Masterworks, the Grill family, CBC Vision Center, Cynthia Smigelski Reinhardt Realtors, David Mueller and Associates, Dino's Deli and Donuts, Dr. Kyle Morgan, D.O., Drake's Batter Mix.
So after a run like that, Pete, on first down or on second down, I would assume that you might be looking for a little play action coming out of this timeout.
Oh, there's a snap, another handoff over the right side. And this one's going to be stopped for no gain on the play.
Keening again on the stop there for the Pioneers. He's been busy on that side.
Love on the carry for the River Rats.
Defense brings up to make the tackle. Basically, no gain. 2nd and 10.
So that play went for nowhere.
Oh, Wren gets a snap.
Good cutback.
Another handoff. Cutback by Love over the midfield and out of bounds at the Pioneer 48-yard line. Another nice running play for Love and another first down for the River Rats.
Well, he really ran to the line of scrimmage with a good balance, saw the opening to his right, and shot right through the hole. And you can see right here, downfield blocking, what I'm talking about. That gets him another extra 10, 11 yards.
So Huron marching once again, only down 3 here in the third quarter. 2:08 to play.
And on the night, they've had the better offensive possessions if you look on both just the yardage as well as owning the time of possession.
False start by Huron. That'll move them back 5.
Can't do that, though, guys. Those pre-snap penalties, it'll haunt you. Drive killers.
There's a snap and the handoff once again. And Love's going to be dropped for a loss in the backfield. Check that.
Boyd.
That is Kavan Smith on the carry.
Running a little bit, that play a little bit too often right now, Coach. You need to switch it up a little. That's the 3rd or 4th time on this drive that they've gone with the delayed run to the right.
Oh, lost a 5 on the play.
A little tentative here. Got to get it upfield.
Well, that was Love on the carry. Both their running backs have a 4 on their jersey. And I'm blind.
And they're fast.
As a quick pass nearly hit the turf. Refs will call that complete out to the 40-yard line.
3rd and forever.
They're going to call it a loss of 1 on the play. 3rd and 21. 1 minute to play here in the third quarter.
So you see the line marker there. Way over to the right of your screen, Pete, on the 48-yard line is where the Rats would go if they wanted to get just to the first down marker. Further downfield is where they'd have to get a first down.
And that's in stunning widescreen, so it gives you an idea how far the River Rats have to go for a first down.
Incomplete.
And that deep pass is incomplete. And they'll bring a 4th down, and Huron will have to punt.
That all started with the penalty on first down. The false start moved them backwards. And then from there, that was just, again, we said drive killer.
Have you noticed the monitor, how stunning that scintillating widescreen is on
I like
City
that.
TV Sports?
I like that City TV Sports.
Ian Schmitzer back to punt for Huron.
And the high snap, and the kick is away.
Good kick.
High kick, bounces at the 25 and comes back a little bit, gives it a Pioneer bounce. It'll be covered at the 30-yard line. And Pioneer will be 1st and 10 from there.
That punt, if it wasn't going into the wind, would have traveled a little further, and it looked like it had a little backspin when it hit the turf.
Good kick, though.
He's assisted by Luke Edwards, Andre Parker, Gardner, Ryan Taylor, Matt Swain, and Mario Stewart.
Well, Pioneers really gone away from really running the ball. All we've seen a lot as far as their successful plays have been Batoya rolling out of the pocket, directing his receivers downfield, and really dinking and dunking the Rats defense.
27.2 ticks left here in this third quarter.
Boy, look at the Rats. They're all close to the line of scrimmage. If anybody gets behind them, there is no help.
There's only one safety back right now.
I wonder, does Batoya see that? He's looking near side to Keening. Goes the opposite way, though.
And Bertoya is going to hang on to it and run with it. And he's going to be dropped for a sack. He doesn't get it back to the 30-yard line.
Looked like Batoya looked right at the beginning of the play. It looked like he had a receiver that was going to bring pop open on the bottom near side, but then he took the play to the wide side, and then he had no time to really come back to Keening.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. We're going to switch sides, take a quick break, and be back for fourth quarter action here on City TV Sports.
Now you can follow CTN on Facebook and Twitter. Yay! Keep up with what viewers and producers like you are saying and doing, and see when upcoming workshop classes will take place. CTN, Bot 9.
And there's a look at scenic downtown Ann Arbor at a fall evening as we begin the fourth quarter here at Hallway Field on City TV Sports. Pioneer with the 9-6 advantage, and they have it to begin the fourth.
The Rats have caused and have been fortunate enough to get a couple turnovers. They're really going to have to get one now because it's the last quarter, guys.
There's a handoff around the end. Fuller once again over the 30-yard line and out to the 34. Give him a gain of 5 on the play. That'll set up 3rd and 6.
I wonder how many yards Fuller has going diagonal. Not a lot going vertical, but my man is over 200 going sideline to sideline.
I'll take the bunch he had going north and south for that touchdown on the kickoff.
Yeah, well, he needs to hit that and turn it upfield because he hasn't been able to catch any type of angles against the Rats defense.
Well, and if not for that kickoff return for a touchdown, it'd be Huron up 6-2. So that's the
real
giving
difference.
The Pioneers their lead in this game.
And he definitely has the speed because when he got in the open, no catching him. So I think that was offsides there in the middle of the line of scrimmage for the Rats.
Another handoff straight up the middle, out to the 44-yard line.
Antoine Simmons was averaging 10 yards a carry last week. Why aren't they getting him the ball a little bit more? Decoy?
He's a freshman. He's tired.
Oh, I don't buy that. Not this time of the year. He's a almost sophomore. He's going to have a letter. And that's big when you're on school. Get my letter when I'm a freshman.
BMOC, huh? Big man on campus.
I like that. And they need to really lean on him here to work that clock.
Oh, Bertoya drops back to pass, and it's behind the intended receiver and incomplete.
Yeah, I'm not really understanding that when you have a first down that could have gone for a little bit more. Pound the ball. Work the clock, coach. Every time that you're stepping back and the quarterback hasn't really found his rhythm all night long, you're helping out the defense.
Well, Fuller will get it on the handoff around the corner. He's going to get to the corner over the 50, 40, 45, 40, and down inside the 35.
Try, and one time it might work. That's the same play we've been seeing all night, but finally Fuller was able to square his shoulders up and get some distance upfield. Good blocking on the edge right here coming into play. That really freed him up.
He's taken down at the 35-yard line.
And now back to Simmons up the middle. Not a lot, but
Just
you're still
a couple
working
on the
the
play.
clock.
Simmons, the ball carrier. Trey Rory, the tackler.
Oh, hey, well, there was some movement there. They didn't call it. The hard count by the quarterback actually had Fuller jerk, and you didn't see a penalty out of the official. Maybe he was cleaning his eyes out. I'm not sure.
Oh, Bertoya in the gun. He drops back to pass. He's going to heave it deep down the sideline, and it's caught at the 10-yard line. And down there, first and goal for the Pioneers.
Riley Fournette on the grab there. He really looked that ball all the way in. Good job. It's pretty pass there by Bertoya as well. Best throw of the night. Deep fade.
Yeah, really first big play for the Pioneers all night long. So Bertoya will roll left, and he's going to be brought down and sacked.
Dan Schroeder on the second big play of the night. You know, he was the gentleman for the Rats that picked up the fumble in the third quarter, and he really burst through the offensive line and caused a sack on the play. Good play.
Loss of 10 on that play, 2nd and 20. Oh, Fuller on the end around one more time, and he's not going to get to the edge, and he's going to be run out of bounds right at the 20.
Well, Pioneer has had several opportunities in the second half to really put the nail in the coffin. And if they can't put the ball in the end zone this time, that momentum's really going to shift back to the Rats.
Well, Kevin, it's really a sign of developing offense. 2 steps forward, 1 back. Kind of that up and down type, and not a lot of consistency, and that's kind of what they're seeking as they get more experience on offense.
They just can't have those plays where they're going backwards, killing drives.
Oh, Bertoya will drop back. He's running for his life. He's going to get rid of it, heave it down into the end zone. Ball juggled.
Wow.
And it's dropped and hits the turf, incomplete.
Guess who, folks? Fuller once again nearly made the huge play for the Pioneers off the tip ball from Keening. The ball was thrown high. Keening looked like he was playing defensive back here and trying to get the ball away from the River Rat defender. He goes up for the tap, and so close there by Fuller. So we have a 4th down again for the Pioneers, Pete.
Ball is at the 19-yard line.
8:16 on the clock.
That'd be about a 36-yard field goal if decided to try that. And there was a timeout called by Pioneer.
You know, that's their second of the half, only leaving them with 1 for this final quarter. Well, this kind of really tells you what they're going to do. They're going for it. Now it's for the Coach Job and the Rats defensive coordinator, find out what you want to take away.
Well, there's no first down to be had here. They've got to score a touchdown or it's turned over on down. So you're going to heave it in the end zone, try for another up for grabs play, or do something that they're, a little bit, maybe that off right tackle play that they've gotten good yards on running the ball. Hopefully they can pop it for a touchdown.
I would say what you said the first. Get the quarterback out of the pocket, roll him out, give him a pass opportunity, and live and die with that. Because even if it's a turnover, you're still having the Rats go a long field. You don't want to give a pick six or any type of fumble where they can have a quick explosion play where they're back on the board.
Even if it's an interception in the end zone, it'll come out to the 20. Basically,
it's just like
now.
a punt. Yeah. Every coach comes into play with those that on this play sheet, a couple plays that he's saving for opportunities like this. So I'm thinking we're going to see something we haven't saw all night long here.
Well, 2 men in the backfield for Pioneer. Bertoya will drop back to pass. He's going to roll out a little bit right, look downfield. And it's incomplete, out of bounds. And Pioneer will turn it over on downs, and Huron will take over on the Pioneer 19-yard line.
Devon Brown on the reception that time. Couldn't get his feet in. And again, he may have let's take a quick look. Did he catch? Oh, good tap there on the defense there. And it looked like, did he still have that foot in? That left foot looked like it might have been. Oh, it's right on. It's right there. Yeah, it's right on.
He's out of bounds. Nice try to drag the other foot, though.
Yeah, the right foot. It's good effort.
But the left foot already out of bounds. Good call by the referee, Dr. Simpkins, down there.
Well, now the Rats have the possession, Pete. Let's see what they can do with it. They were moving the ball early, and they definitely need to do something here.
So, quick hitter out to the right, caught. But Pioneer right there to converge on the receiver.
Little tissue on the field that time. It might have been an early block against the Rats, because on screenplays like that, actually it looks like they're going to call a hold on the Rats.
Penalty on Huron. Holding. It's been declined.
So not a good start here for the Rats with the penalty on first down. That moves them back 10 yards. And
Second and 18.
wow, they declined that penalty because of the play. Got tackled.
Tackled for a loss. That's second down. Second and 18, so really it'd be first and 20 or second and 18. Really nothing to lose by declining that penalty.
Good run there by Boyd. Or was that was Love? There I go, switching the numbers up.
4 and 14.
David Love, the ball carrier.
He did get out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock.
Jay, the ball tackler.
3rd and 11. So here's a tough call, Pete. You either roll your quarterback to his easy side as a right-handed quarterback, but that's the short side of the field, or do you risk bringing him to the wide side of the field where he has to really work to turn his body to square up to get an even pass downfield?
There's a snap. Ran back to pass. Nearly intercepted there by Pioneer.
He had a man, too, just a bit high on the toss. And he had a clear passing lane. He could have really stepped into that. I think he rushed his throw a little bit there.
Oh, 4th down for the River Rats, and they'll be forced to punt the ball away. There's a snap, nearly blocked. Good kick away. Driving the receiver back to the 45, and that's where it'll be down by Huron at the Pioneer 45-yard line.
No harm, no foul for the Pioneers as far as going for it on 4th down and not making it. The Rats were unable to do anything once they got possession of the ball. So I'm probably thinking that Coach Jabari Brown is going to dial up some runs this time to start to work the clock. North-south runs, I should say.
Well, Huron's been largely ineffective on offense, so trying to run some clock at this point is a good idea. Even if you don't get a first down, you kick it away and make Huron play with the long field once again.
Well,
Pioneer possessing the field strategy or position on the field, excuse me.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah. I'm old. Give me a break.
A little late flag on the play. I'm not sure if there was a face mask or something came in there late. Get off of my lawn.
penalty on Huron for face mask.
Big penalty there.
Well, that's going to move the ball into Huron territory.
First down, Pioneer.
And that happens, Pete, when a ball carrier is getting pulled down to the ground and other players come in and try to strip the ball. And you can see 51 has a full handful, a scoopful of the face mask as he yanks him down. Man, that's got to hurt.
So you've used his two hands as a double scoop?
Double scoop move.
All right, there's Fuller on the end around one more time. He gets to the edge this time, and he'll be run out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Another first down for Pioneer.
And now you're starting to see the Rat defense tire. They've been on the field the entire second half. Their offense have not been able to get multiple first downs with possessions, and now the Pioneers are just wearing them down. You're seeing guys that are missing tackles that are just 1 or 2 inches away that they were making in the first half when they were a lot more fresh.
Only negative on that play, Fuller ran out of bounds, would stop the clock. Now here's another run right up the middle.
And I like that by Simmons. Even after he gets hit the first time, he's turning around and falling forward. He's a big cat.
Like Frank the Tank? See the big cat?
Well, he is streaking, but he was streaking up the field.
2nd and 7.
There's a snap. Bertoya back to pass downfield.
Why?
And incomplete.
Why? I understand you're trying to fool somebody, but you got the clock working in your favor. You have the scoreboard in your favor. Coach Brown, it's time to lean on Antoine Simmons.
Absolutely.
And it was really a half-hearted fake there too. It really didn't fool anybody.
Yeah, I tried to go for a little play action on that and just did not work out for the Pioneers.
And stops the clock.
6:18 to play in the game. 3rd and 7 for the Pioneers. There's the handoff once again to Fuller. He has some blockers out in front. He turns, heads up field, and is going to be brought down around the 20-yard line.
That's first down.
And good for a first down.
Jason Strange and Trey Allen make the stop for the River Rats.
You would like to see the defensive backs. They've been seeing this play all night. Really come up and force and make sure that you're setting the edge and make Fuller turn up sooner than he wants to, because he's searching for the sideline to break each time.
That time he had a couple of blockers in front of him, and he was able to take advantage of those and pick his way through for a first down for Pioneer. There's Fuller in motion once again. This time the handoff straight up the middle.
Antoine Simmons.
Simmons on the carry. Short gain down to the 16-yard line. 5:20 now to play. Clock moving. And Pioneer on the march.
And again, when you're in these spread offenses, the no huddles, it's tough to teach the guys. We're working the clock now to slow them down. They're in this hurry up mode all the time. They don't really are accustomed to working a clock.
Right, there's no reason to hurry to the line of scrimmage and get set. Here's the handoff once again by Pioneer. It'll look like no gain on the play, if anything.
Montgomery, the ball carrier.
Good play there by the defensive end for the Rats. Just what I was saying. You got to set the edge, make him turn up. The ball carrier has been breaking containment each time, and that's where they get positive yardage.
You're on 60.
Oh, big third down play. 3rd and 7 here for the Pioneers from the River Rats 16-yard line. Bertoya gets the snap, hands it off up the middle, and nothing there for the Pioneers. That's going to bring a 4th down. Loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 4th and 9.
Will they bring in a field goal kicker this time?
Under 4 minutes now to play in the game. And they will bring the field goal kicking unit out to kick a 35-yard field goal.
You know, on the extra point, Pete, he put the ball, the kicker that is, put it over on the other side of the clubhouse there, or the locker room, and that is Della Cerda.
There's the kick, and this is way short. No good.
Unfortunately for Della Cerda, he really wanted an opportunity to, get another field goal because he got one early in this half. But, oh, no, I'm sorry. That was a safety.
It was. I was going to correct you, but you caught yourself.
I caught myself there, yeah.
That might be the triple scoop.
Only if it's orange sherbet.
Understood. Hello, Washington Dairy? Yeah. Yeah, you got a whole gallon of orange. Yeah.
Only
Okay.
3:31 left on the clock, and I'm there.
KB's on his way in about 3.5 minutes.
Well, Huron has the ball, 3 timeouts. They have a quarterback that can make things happen with his feet, but he really has to probably get the ball to Love and get him in some space. He's been the guy that's been able to get first downs and a couple tackles, missed tackles, and he might go all the way to the
Well,
house.
look, Huron's only down 3. They break a big one. They can win this game.
Draw.
Oh, Wren will keep it. Looks like he's going to be tackled for a loss.
It's the first time they ran the quarterback draw, but that time I would rather give him the pass-run option as opposed to just run because there was nowhere to go on that play.
Loss of 1 on the play. Three minutes to play in the game. Huron on offense with an opportunity. There's the snap. Wren will roll out.
Now you
to
have
his
room,
left.
son. You got room.
He's going to throw it, and it way overthrows his intended receiver at about the 30-yard line.
Well, we talked about that earlier, Pete. When a quarterback is right-handed and he's rolling out to his left, it's a very difficult pass. You saw he threw a tight spiral there, but he didn't follow through, and the ball sailed on him. He did have about 10 yards worth of turf in front of him where he could have picked up a first down, though. You can see all of the space there. You run, and you probably have an opportunity to get at least a first down or knock down this third down to 3rd and short.
Well, spread formation for the River Rats. Wren gets the snap. He's going to roll out once again and tries to heave it one more time, and again, out of bounds, incomplete.
Again, that's a very difficult throw for a quarterback, especially an inexperienced quarterback who started off the season as a wide receiver. But you're definitely in 4-down territory here. You have nothing to lose other than the game. But, the clock is not working in your favor right now. And, of course, when Pioneer gets the ball, they're in your territory. They're going to work the clock.
Huron is going to punt it. Look out for the fake here.
And this is where the Huron staff has said, you know what, we really like our defense, but you got to tackle this guy first.
Fuller gets it into Huron territory and run out of bounds right around the 40. There's a flag on the turf. This might be a late hit.
Or either that or a little block in the back there because he threw it right at one of the Pioneer blockers. Yep.
Pioneer on the return block in the back.
Is that Ted Heisel?
Pioneer will have the ball on their own 47-yard line, 1st and 10, 2:32 remaining, 4th quarter.
Okay, here we go, Pete. Last chance for this Pioneer team to really shut out the Rats in the second half as far as what they need to do. Run the ball, work the clock. We don't want to see any of these play-action passes.
Yep, just 2:32 to play here in the game. Pioneer with the lead, 9-6. There's the snap and the handoff up the middle.
Nice.
And again to the midfield. Pioneer calling timeout.
Nope,
Oh,
Huron.
one referee calls Pioneer, one referee calls Huron.
Well, sometimes you get a little confused with the coldness out there.
And the age.
I'm not talking about the age here.
Oh, no. Okay.
It is a bit chilly.
That would be discriminatory.
And when your blood is thin, you seem to think that you're pointing in one direction and it's not. Joking
Sometimes
aside,
you
though.
think you're in someplace else.
Joking
like
aside,
at Washington Dairy eating a whole big bowl of orange sugar.
No, I can't get it out. But that's what the Huron coaching staff did there as far as not going for it on 4th down in their own backyard. They punted it downfield, used these timeouts, but this all backfires if Pioneer gets 6 more yards.
Yeah.
Because then it's the most famous, well, my favorite formation, victory.
Oh, Pioneer with the snap. And they're going to pass it. It's complete. Inside the 45. Still on his feet. Down at the 40.
Oh, Vitale. Smart play by staying in bounds.
Yeah, the clock will restart once they get the stick set. Oh, first down at the Huron 40-yard line.
That play is really confusing to me, Pete, because on 2nd down, if you throw an incomplete pass after the defense has already called a timeout, man, that's a lot of confidence in your team, Coach Brown.
Well, 2 minutes and ticking down for Pioneer. Try and seal this victory on their home field. There's the handoff to Simmons right up the middle inside the 40. Trying to strip the ball, and its forward progress stopped at the 39.
Second time out of the second half now, just called by the Rats.
Well, timeout called by Huron, 1:46 to play. They have one more timeout to burn.
Real tricky call here coming up because the last time that we had a timeout, Pioneer came out and threw the ball. So you don't know what to expect if you're the Rats.
I think you'll see another running play by the Pioneers. Even if that prompts Huron calling it their 3rd and final timeout, that's it for them. They can't stop the clock after that. Even if they get the ball back, it's going to be difficult to move down the field given how they have been unable to move the ball in the second half. Trying to get them to move the ball quickly is going to be a tall task for the River Rats.
Well, either way, at the end of this game, one thing that has been solidified in my mind, Pete, is that both coaches have instilled sportsmanship in playing this game the right way. No chippiness has been out on the field that we witnessed last year, and that is the way this game should be played.
Oh, Fuller on the end around. He breaks one tackle, but really no gain on the play. And Huron will call its 3rd and final timeout. 1:36 to play in the game.
And that's the final time out there for the Pioneers. So on 3rd down, you stop here. The clock will run down, maybe a little under a minute to go. You still could get possession of the ball with one last opportunity if you're the Rats.
Well, but given the field position for Pioneer, if they punt it away, it's going to be a long field for the River Rats. Even if it goes in the end zone, they'll still have 80 yards to go and under a minute to play.
So not impossible, but nearly impossible.
A tall task, nonetheless, for the River Rats when and if they get the ball back.
Well, either way, both teams have played a very spirited match here today.
And clean, as you said.
Very clean. And, 12 months ago, we could not have said that. We were speaking on different levels. And this is a crosstown rivalry. So you definitely have those spike up in games.
Well, their handoff straight at the middle, short gain for the Pioneers. That'll bring up 4th down.
So the clock is ticking down, and Pioneer could let this go all the way down, burn their final timeout, and then bring in the punting unit. And no hurry. Good job. You could even take a penalty and not even take a timeout, Pete.
Yeah, given that they're at the Huron 37, 36-yard line, moving them back 5 yards is really not going to hurt them all that much.
Not going to do anything. Just maybe work the clock a little bit more.
So they did take the penalty. 51.2 seconds left in the game.
Now, if I'm the Rats, I'm not even putting anyone back. I'm bringing the heat, and I'm trying to get the block because like you just said, Pete, even if you get possession, you got so much turf in front of you with not a lot of time. The best play might be right here.
Huron will drop back one player. He's only setting up at his own 15-yard line. Well, there's the snap.
He's got a chance.
The kick is away. And it's out of bounds.
So you probably got
19-yard line.
You definitely have a little time on the clock here, Pete. 45 seconds. The clock will stop each time you get a first down. So if you can get 2 first downs, give me 2 first downs, and then you can take some shots in the end zone.
The only reason I'm hesitant to say that is Huron's not been really able to show that in the second half to be able to do that.
Yeah.
To see them do that on the final possession of the game would be miraculous, in my opinion.
Well, let me tell you this. I've been on this field. I've played on this field. I've won when the clock went to 0. The game isn't over just yet. This quarterback does have a big arm, too. He's been throwing it out there. He's throwing with the wind. So if you get somebody behind the Pioneer defense, you never know.
Oh, the fat lady hasn't sung yet, but she's warming up over the concession stand with a hot dog. There's a deep pass down the sideline, and it's
got to hold on the ball, baby.
It's incomplete.
He had
it for a moment, and when he came down, he dropped it.
Well, and that's the play. You don't really need to go for the end zone here. You need 2 first downs to get to the end zone. Good play there. Threw it to the sideline, and he gave his receiver an opportunity to catch the ball. That's all you can ask out of the QB.
Huron will try it again on second down. Wren being swarmed, and he's going to try and throw it away backwards, and that's going to be grounding as the flag hits the turf.
So they'll run off some time off of the clock for the penalty on the offense.
Definitely in the grasp and going down in the hands of the Pioneer defender.
Unfortunately, the play ended like that, but heady play. Because he knows if he takes a sack, the clock is going to still run. So you're not really caring that the clock is you're more concerned with the clock stopping than taking this penalty yardage and with the clock running down a little bit more.
Well, there's a quick pass, another one dropping incomplete. And that's going to bring up 4th down and last gasp for the River Rats.
And look at that. Okay, now we're down to the final play, I would say, Pete, for the River Rats. 1 missed tackle, though. You just need to get a first down and give yourself one more shot.
There's a snap. And a pass down the right sideline. This time it's caught and out of bounds.
Unfortunately, he didn't get to the first down marker.
And Pioneer is going to take over on downs. Just 21.6 seconds left, and they can take a knee and call this a win.
You know, tale
in
of
this
two
storied
halves.
crosstown rivalry matchup.
I love this game for a lot of reasons, Pete, and I like it even more this year than last year. Very well played on both sidelines from both head coaches. You can see the difference in the leadership being instilled in these guys. Ice cream for everybody.
Kevin Street over at the Washtenaw Dairy.
And there we go, victory formation.
And with that, Bertoya will take a knee, and that's going to do it. And Pioneer's going to come away with this 9-6 victory. I'd like to thank all the people that make this production possible. Our director, Rob Cross, audio and replay by Greg McDonald, graphics by Joe Dinda, and our camera guys, braving the cold, Tim Nagai, Chris Mason, Jason Broniak, and Chad Green. Any final thoughts, Kevin?
You know, my final thought, tale of two halves in this game, but I think the big winners is everyone involved. If you were at this game last year, you never would have thought that this game could end like this. It was very well played, very clean. Pioneer was down early in the first half, but came back after halftime and really showed that they are the team that should be hoisting the Ted Heisel Trophy. Good game.
And with that, for Kevin Bryant, this is Pete Poyer. Once again, the final score from Hallway Field, it's Pioneer 9 and Huron 6.